Yo, what's going on, social media world? It's your boy Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Y'all already know. Welcome to my page. If you're already a subscriber, appreciate you. Thank you. If you're new to my page, like and subscribe. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you in advance. Something I might be saying might apply to you. If it doesn't apply to you, a lot of people you know, family members, associates. Sometimes you just need to hear the right message at the right time. That's how the universe or God works at certain times. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Not everybody's ready all the time. But my name is Sincere. This is Sincere Relationships, episode number 6. I took a couple weeks off from doing Sincere Relationships to do other videos that I felt might be, that could contribute to your health, your mental health, help you be more self-aware, forgiving and letting go. Things of that nature that is always going to help you progress. Because social media world, let's be real, we all we got. You feel like you're the most important person in this world. Me, I feel like I'm the most important person in this world. We all feel like that as human beings, whether we're self-aware of that or we express that or we have that self-talk. That's how we're feeling. So we're always going to kind of be biased to our feelings. We're always going to have that some type of feel like we're 100% correct or accurate. And sometimes that could cause a lot of discord in your relationships. So today I want to talk about feelings, number one, are not facts. You know what happens a lot? It used to happen to me a lot. It used to happen to me a lot. It happens to people that I know every day. It happens all the time in relationships, right? Depending on how self-aware you are, or how secure you are, or how insecure you are, or how secure your partner is, or how insecure your partner is, it's how things are gonna go. But the more self-aware we are, we're gonna do less of these, and we're gonna try to figure out the problem, Because obviously, the problem starts from one person. Now, whoever addresses and bring the problem to the table should have the floor, should be respected, should be fully listened to, listen to understand. Don't listen to respond, listen to comprehend. Now, if this person is coming off a certain way and they're talking aggressively, they're probably, and it depends on how aggressively. So it's a touchy topic because it could go a lot of ways, right? So number one, I'm gonna go back and say the people that are expressing themselves, you guys gotta be consciously aware too. Because your main goal in you expressing your feelings is to get your message across. And the person you're talking to, you want them to receive that message. Because guess what? The better they receive the message, the better your problem might get solved. But most of the time, the person delivering the message is not consciously aware, not self-aware. They're in their feelings, which they probably should be because they address the problem. But that don't mean don't be aware. Well, we're human beings. I do it sometimes. What I don't do, I might not be talking to you how you want to hear it. I'm not going to dress it up. A problem is a problem. People don't come to people and say, hey, baby, I just had this problem and, I know you love me to death and I love you and, I just had this big problem and I want to make sure. No, it's not going to happen like that, ladies and gentlemen. So put your pride and your ego to the side because the person with the problem is not always going to come and talk like that. Because they're in their feelings. Now, if they're more consciously aware, they still might not talk like that, but it's not going to be aggressive. They should never be coming at the person because, like I said before, you want the message to be received. So the better you dress this message up, and it took me a long time to understand that, and sometimes they say I still fail at it. I just feel like these people ain't working on themselves and they're just in their feelings because they don't like what I'm saying. Not that I'm coming at them a certain way, depending on where they are, if they're working on themselves, and most of them are not. So when people are not working on themselves, and then they're talking to a person who pays attention, who's watching their body language, listening to them attentively, listening to comprehend and understand, and I ask a lot of details because I don't want to assume. Because if I assume, I'm going to create my own story in my head, and it's going to go by how the situation is looking. And sometimes how the situation is looking is not always what it is. So that's why I try to say it's best to be details. Don't leave no gray area. We're going to stick to black and white. Back to what I'm talking about. So the person now who has the problem, who is expressing their feelings, when they're expressing their feelings, they should not come aggressive. Like I said, they might not have the tone you like though. So don't expect it to be daisies and ducktail songs in the background, because it's not going to sound like that. They're going to sound like a person who has a problem, but it shouldn't be aggressively. And as long as they're not coming at you aggressively, who cares if they don't sound normal, because you're used to them sounding all babyish and when y'all on good terms. So clearly, y'all not 100% on good terms, so they're not going to sound how they normally sound when y'all on good terms. Let's get that straight, and let's try to remember that when the dialogue is going on. So like I was saying, the person with the problem now, when they come to deliver the problem, they should have 100% undivided attention. Put your pride and ego to the side, because 9 times out of 10, the person on the receiving end who's listening to the problem is already on defense mode, because they're like, where the hell all this came from? Because like I said, they was cool. Y'all were fine. Your partner came to you to address the problem, and now you're on defensive mode. Before your partner came to address the problem, you was chilling, you was happy, you was cool. There was nothing going on, no animosity, nothing. You was cool as a fan. Now that your partner comes with this haymaker, and you like, where this came out? I was just chilling, and here this person come with their stupidness, or what you might presume to be stupidness. But you have to hear them out. You have to hear them out, especially since you're fine. If you are fine, you didn't have a problem before this person came to you, that's more of a reason why you should hear them out sincerely, unbiasedly. Just hear what they have to say first. Before anything, you listen, and for the person that's delivering the message, like I said, you have to watch your tone. You want this person to get your message. You want your message to be received so they can understand, so they can have empathy. They need empathy. When you're empathetic, you can step outside the box and look at the picture outside the frame. When you have no empathy, you're looking at it very biased. Your feelings are bruised. You're like, what this person's talking about? I have no idea what they're talking about, but you're not listening. You just don't like what they're saying because you feel like you didn't do however they feel. Social media world. Feelings are not facts. If I came to you, my woman, and I said, baby, when you do A, B, and C, or when you did A, B, and C, this is how it made me feel. Now, I'm not going to say it exactly like that, but you're going to understand that's what I basically mean, because I'm going to tell you what the situation is, right? So now, normally when I say that, the person's pride and ego, they get defensive because they didn't mean to do that. And I step back and say, listen, I never said you meant to do that. See, and that's where a lot of people get things twisted. Just because I'm in my feelings about something that you did or what it looked like doesn't mean that's their facts. I'm just telling you because I'm not in your brain. Social media world, we're not in each other's brain. A lot of the time and most of the time, all we're gonna do is make assumptions, or we're gonna see what we perceive and make perceptions about what things look like. Until we ask the right questions, until we address our partner, we're gonna make this whole story up about what it looks like to us, what it looks like at the state of mind we're in at the time. That's just human nature. This is why we have to constantly work on ourselves all the time because we're gonna get caught up and a lot of relationships are gonna be broken. We're gonna have a lot of animosity towards each other. We're gonna feel like we're not understood. We're gonna feel like we're not in alignment. We're gonna feel like we're always disagreeing because nobody wants to be empathetic. Everybody is in their feelings. Even the person who's hearing the story, right? Which is crazy to me. How I came to you, the person with the problem, you were chilling. Let's say you was doing your nails. You know, you bopping, listening to music, doing what you do. I come in the room, not aggressively, not in a tone that you might like, but it's still not aggressively. And I said, baby, when you, the other day or whenever you did A, B, and C, it made me feel like that. Now you listen to the message, you automatically, what are you talking about? That I didn't do nothing, da, 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 da. How do you think the person who just came to you with the problem feels now? You know how they feel? They feel like they should have shut the F up because I came to you to address it so it doesn't happen again or so you're aware of what you're doing. Like I said, I'm never saying you did it on purpose. Well, I can speak for me. When I come, I don't say you did anything on purpose because I'm not in your brain. I'm going to tell you what it looked like. And now that's your job now to tell me, is it what I'm thinking correct? Or whatever happened, you explain it to me. And now we got to understand it. But there's no way that the person coming to you to deliver the problem, looking for a solution, so they get out their feelings. Because guess what? When they're in their feelings, that's messing up your relationship. That's breaking away and taking away. Over what? Nothing. Perception. Miscommunication. You know how much relationships people hold animosity and bitterness to just because they came to address a problem, and instead of the person that they delivering the problem to, instead of them having some type of empathy and putting themselves in the other person's shoes and listening to understand, when they come off it, what do you mean I didn't do it like this, that, and the third? Most 9 times out of 10, the person never said that you did it on purpose. They're just telling you what it is. So now nothing gets solved. You're basically programming the person who has the problem that, guess what? What's the point of me coming to you with a problem? Because all you're gonna do is like a tennis match. You know, I serve and you serve back, and like we ain't going nowhere with that. We're not going nowhere with that. Now, when you have a friend and it's the opposite sex and they're listening to you and they understanding everything, you over there questioning yourself like, is my partner really for me? Not saying the person listening is for you, but everybody wants to be understood, especially when you're talking to your peoples, when you're talking to your friends, and you know you're making sense. They co-signing it, not because they're yes people, because you just make sense. People, let me see, 13 minutes of your time and I took up. I don't usually do my videos this long because in this day and age, if you ain't spinning on your head, doing flips and cartwheels, people don't want to hear this type of stuff. People love that external stimulation, that dopamine, that stuff is going to get them high and laughing. And I'm not here for all that. So if that's what you're looking for, you're on the wrong page. But if you're looking for some unbiased material that's going to keep it all the way 100 with you and tell it how it is and not how you want to hear it, then I'm here. So all I'm saying, social media world, I'm going to wrap it up right now. If y'all want me to start doing longer videos, which I would love to do, but y'all got to speak to me. Y'all got to tell me. Leave something in the comments. Let me know what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. Because I take accountability for me. I own things that I want to grow. I want to progress. I'm with myself 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. I want to learn to master me and be, when the storm comes, just be able to weather the storm. Be able to respond more to life instead of reacting to life. I don't want to personalize a lot of things. I don't want people, places, and things dictate how I'm feeling and my behavior and my attitude. That's why I'm constantly trying to grow. And I'm human. I might talk all this positivity, but I still mess up. I still think negative here and there. There's a lot of things that I still got to keep working on and growing. And this is a lifelong journey, social media world. I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate about uniting men and women for the long term, because we can do this. We're different though. You have to understand that. Men stand up and pee, females sit down and pee. We're two total different beings. We're gonna see things from two different lights. Even two men sometimes are gonna see things differently. So of course, not an opposite sex, you're definitely gonna see things differently. So we need to learn to communicate that much more effectively, because it's already the odds is against us. You know what I'm saying? That's why you like talking to your homegirls, and I like talking to my homeboys, because we get each other and y'all get each other. So I hope this message you go home with: the person with the problem, learn to watch your tone when you're delivering the message, because at the end of the day, how effective you deliver that message, that person's gonna be more empathetic to what you gotta say. And the person on the receiving end, when the person comes to you with the problem, listen attentively, don't interrupt them, don't get defensive, leave your ego and pride away, be empathetic. Listen to understand, not respond. They're not coming at you. 9 times out of 10, if y'all get this right, whatever that problem is would never happen again. And it's an accident. If it do, the other person will be like, oh, I'm sorry, baby, you know. And once you take accountability, the person who was affected is more likely to forgive you. But when you're not taking accountability and you're coming very defensive and egotistical and with the rah, 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 it doesn't come like you understand. It doesn't come like you're being empathetic. So now the person who was talking is like, what's the point? Nothing was solved. We just got into our argument, and y'all just gonna keep repeating the same thing until whoever checks out first mentally. My name is Sincere, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Y'all already know. I hope y'all love the content. Like and subscribe. Yo.